All right, so final lightning talk. I will be giving a lightning talk about package of the meetup. So basically, Jens started a series last meetup to talk about a specific widget that is not very well known, that is interesting to talk about, and to explain how it works in a little bit more detail. So most of you probably know widget of the week. So Jens created a slide where we indeed say widget of the meetup. So focusing on the widget today will be the TickerMode. Who has ever used the TickerMode widget before? Only one person, 2 persons. And it will be an interesting talk for everyone. So basically, what is TickerMode and where is it actually used? So when you have animations like the loading indicator, it's constantly rebuilding. So you have your CPU that is constantly performing tasks, and your battery, of course, is going down because of the tasks that are being performed. So it's important that if you're not using the loading indicator, that you're either not showing it or disabling the notification in itself. So using notifications can be nice, but it can also slow down your application, of course. So if you look at it, first of all, you see that this is still You see that this still is a debug build. There's a reason why I'm not using web or a release version, is because I want to show the render or the performance overlay. So you can actually show this, but only in debug mode. So from the moment you want to show this on release, it's just throwing an unimplemented exception. So that's a small side note, but pretty interesting to look at as well. So if you look at this slide, this is all done in Flutter. So of course, the loading indicator is constantly rebuilding, as you can see in the performance graph that is provided by Flutter itself. Now, how do we actually pass the animation itself is by wrapping it with the TickerMode and setting it to enabled false. Only that will just pause the animation. And if you look at the performance graph now, it's not rebuilding anything anymore, which makes sense because nothing is changing at this time. So what does the TickerMode actually do? It will pass all the ticker providers, the animation builders, the animation controllers that are used below your TickerMode, and then it will disable the animation itself. So it will not disable your logic, it will not disable all your timers, it will only disable the TickerMode. So this will prevent the rebuilding of the widget itself. So you might say, okay, why is this actually important? Maybe in most cases you just don't show the widget. Then indeed, it's not required to wrap it with a TickerMode that is disabled. But a lot of the components that we are already use, the widget that we already use, already have this out of the box. So for example, the page view, the tab bar view, and the navigator already have support for ticker mode and handle all of this for you out of the box. Now, there might be an interesting case where you actually want to use this yourself. So in case you are using an index stack, which will only display the one that you actually have, or a normal stack, then it will show the page that you have on your screen. But of course, the ones that are not visible to the user, you want to disable all the notifications, because otherwise you will have rebuilds of a page that is not visible, which doesn't make sense, which is using CPU cycles that are not required at this time. So wrapping it with a TickerMode will enable you to just disable all the animations in the child widget itself. Now there are some other widgets to take into account. For example, the offstage widget. In this case, I wrapped the loading indicator with an offstage widget. And from the moment that I set it to offstage false, it's not shown anymore. So let's see how it actually works when you when you see the performance graph. So now nothing is shown, but the loading indicator is still rendering and still taking up CPU cycles. So this is not something you want. I also added the ignore pointer, and of course, from the moment so now I can enable it. I can tap on the item and it shows a notification. From the moment I disable touch events, I can't tap it anymore, but of course nothing is hidden, so of course the CPU cycles will still happen. Now there's an interesting widget, which is visibility, which will contain a lot of other widgets in itself to actually disable certain stuff and to hide the widget from the widget tree and to not take any space on your screen. So from the moment you set visible to false, it will actually also remove the widget from your screen. It will not be visible anymore. It will also not take up any space, and it will disable the animations for you. So very interesting to look at is indeed looking at visibility, because it has some interesting parameters. You can maintain the state, maintain the animation, maintain the size, semantics, and interactivity. The only difficulty with this widget is that sometimes it doesn't make sense which widget or which parameter you should use to disable certain states. So it throws some exceptions when you're actually using it for the first time. But the good thing is that it is basically a widget that does it all. So it contains the off-stage widget, it contains the ignore pointer, and not visibility, but the TickerMode widget as well. So if you're using animations and you are showing certain stuff at certain places, definitely take a look and maybe it will improve your app as well. That's it, and thanks for listening. Any questions, just shoot. Yes?